Hello, I'm Mantastic and Fantastic, and today I'm going to be talking about the new 10 Magic Stones Super Godfest that has just gone live in North America. So, Super Godfest have become the norm within Puzzle and Dragons, and generally speaking, they feature a baseline rolling rate for any Godfest exclusive of approximately 1 out of 3. What in turn makes a Super Godfest more appealing is either higher rolling rates, the inclusion of truly desirable cards, and or having seasonal monsters being available. In the case of the current Super Godfest, we have 2 of the Samurai 3 Pantheon cards available, which are highly desirable at this point in time. So adding that with the Godfest exclusives gives us 36% of desirable rolls. Now, as a general rule, it's never a bad thing to roll in Super Godfest. They're always going to be featuring similar odds overall, and if you feel like you are lacking cards as a whole, rolling in a Super Godfest is not a bad thing. And for the 7-star Godfest exclusives, there will be featured Remu, Norza, Shellingford for his great weapon, Fagan Rai for his great weapon, as well as Manoa for all her various forms, and even Zerakor and Fasku, who are also quite helpful at this point in time. So as a whole, I feel like the 7-star Godfest exclusive lineup is quite solid. And again, if you do roll 6 stars and you find yourself not really having a home for, like, say, Raijin at this point in time, well, it still could just end up being trade fodder. It's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. So the decision of whether you should roll or not roll will really just come down to your own individual monster box, because I mentioned beforehand, it's never a bad thing to do so. You should be rolling if you need new cards to progress further in the game. And what I want to stress is that you need to determine whether or not you're rolling for need as opposed to greed. Because if you need something, well, it means you should be probably rolling. But if you already have enough stuff to clear all the content you're comfortable approaching at this point in time, would new cards necessarily help you out? As an example, let's say you are currently stuck on or struggling with Arena 5. You need to determine what is holding you back. Is it actually your team is just absolutely terrible that you need new cards to advance? Or are you dying because you have poor active skill management, are using a team that has too many holes in it? Or are you actually just losing due to player skill issue? Like, you're just making mistakes, and would having a better team and or better cards actually make a difference? You need to determine what is actually truly holding you back, and then address that point first. If it is a lack of cards in your monster box, then rolling is the appropriate solution. But just remember that, like, there will always be future events that can be highly desirable, and at least with Pad, the rate of power creep is quite high. So if you are, let's say, stuck on Arena 5, you don't need to have the current top tier, like, meta-breaking team composition in order to clear it. You can clear with plenty of other things, and it's only when you hit, like, that metaphorical wall, that's when you should start rolling once again. And that's the approach that I do for myself. If I have enough options to clear all the currently available content, I'll roll very sparingly, very little, maybe just to fill in a possible hole or two in my monster box. But I'm just going to be saving up until I hit a point where I cannot progress further without rolling, and hopefully that's something you do alongside of it. But again, this is a game and you're here to have fun, so just do whatever makes you feel happiest. But in conclusion, this is like I said, a reasonable Super Godfest. Like, it is relatively the norm nowadays. Like, we are going to be seeing like 1/3 Godfest exclusives, a smattering of other tasty things to make it a little more appetizing, but by and large, the most part, it's not a bad thing to do. But if you do end up rolling, let me know why you rolled. Like, what was your main motivation for rolling, and as well as the cards you did acquire and whether or not that made you happy. Either way, hopefully all a fantastic day. I wish you all the best luck in your own pad adventures, and happy puzzling.